The SEC, the government agency in charge of regulating altcoins, just released a huge report on XRP, but buried within the report are comments on Solana that's indicating a huge pump. And this is coinciding with some technical charts showing Solana is poised for a 2,000% rally. In this video, we're going to go over the SEC's comments on Solana, and I'm going to tell you why 2,000% is a lie. But I still have a very bullish, just a little bit more realistic price target. So the first thing we're looking at here is SEC.gov. This is United States Securities and Exchange Commission. Like I said, this is the agency in charge of regulating altcoins. Now they have this XRP report here. Comprehensive proposal, XRP as a strategic financial asset for the US. Now if you go here, it takes you to the PDF. I've downloaded it, I printed it out, I've read it, and we're gonna start breaking it down here. Now when you're looking at the report, obviously most of this is about XRP, but there's a subsection. Section number 7 goes over 3 distinct altcoins, one of those being Solana. Now here, XRP, Solana, and Cardano. And this is going over the clarification on Donald Trump's Bitcoin reserve statement and crypto strategy. Because we have two narratives right now. One is going to be the Bitcoin reserves, but then there's also the strategic crypto stockpile. The strategic crypto stockpile is where we might potentially see XRP, might see Cardano, or might see Solana. And so the government details what exactly they would do with Solana if they were to hold it. They're not just going to buy an altcoin and sit on it. Just like they wouldn't just buy Microsoft stock and just sit on it, they would just buy all the Microsoft products. So they actually want to use Solana, not just sit on the asset. Now, if we look at what they want to use Solana here, Solana is used for high-speed blockchain applications such as real-time government databases, secure voting mechanisms, and digital ID management. And if you look at all 3 altcoins, to me, this is by far the most bullish scenario. Now, XRP, yeah, it's bullish state-level financial transactions. How much is that actually going to be? I know we got to pay the landscaper to cut the grass near the highway, and you got to pay a couple municipality workers. But when we're talking about competing with Visa and MasterCard, it's going to be just a small amount of transactions, optimizing government payments. I'm sure the government cuts a lot of checks, but nothing compared to what retail's cutting on a regular basis. Cardano, best suited for academic credentialing, smart contracts for government services, and secure infrastructure management. Also very bullish, but just not as bullish at what they want to do with Solana. And what really makes me excited, it's not the secure voting mechanisms. Every 2 years, that might be very bullish, but it's the digital identity management. Now, the reason this is bullish, every adult needs identification, so this might be used by every single American, not just intergovernmental transfers of funds from A to B, but we're talking about major use cases here. I want to give a quick shout out to LBank Exchange. It is my favorite exchange to get all of the latest trading pairs, all of the hottest meme coins and altcoins. You can go to the spot trading, or you could do futures perpetual trading, and we have a link down below with the tutorial on the top of our page. Tons and tons of features here, 24/7 customer support, huge reach here, huge volume, millions of users, and they have over 200 countries and regions covered. So go ahead, open up an account, deposit some funds, and start your trading journey. But now let's talk about the prices. We're talking about a 2,000% rally. What is going on? Is Cardano going to pump a 20x? I know this sounds a little bit crazy here, but it's the Solana cup and handle position that is looking like Solana might want to rally 2,000%. But I said it's a lie, and I'm going to tell you my a little bit more realistic but still bullish target. Now, to be clear, Solana has already risen 2,000%. It rose 2,000% from the cycle low around $10 of November 22. But in doing so, it has set up a classic cup and handle pattern on the weekly chart. Now, to draw this out, you're going to need to use a logarithmic chart. I'm not the biggest fan of logarithmic charts, and I'm going to tell you how I like to classify logarithmic in 1 second. But you can see the cup, you see a little bit of handle, and now we're poised for a breakout. Now, this is why you would see a 2,000% pump. You run it from here to here. It's going to give you, some pretty bullish targets here, folks. That's where we're talking about multi-$1,000 Solana. Very dubious, not very likely, folks. But like I said, we have another way we're going to determine this chart. In fact, it's a different way to look at cup and handle patterns. Now, a cup and handle develops when the price undergoes the U-shaped recovery, resembles a cup, and then it has the consolidation, which resembles the handle. Now, when the price breaks above the top of the cup, it rises as much as the distance between the bottom of the cup and the top of the cup. And as much as I would like to see it, a $4,500 Solana probably not going to be happening this decade, folks. So let's look at a more realistic way to measure a cup and handle pattern. So it's also forming the same pattern, the rare pattern, can soul surge 270%. Now we're talking about something a little bit more doable. Now here they draw out on the same log chart the cup and handle pattern, but you'll notice there's a different way to measure it. The other way you can measure it is not by relative dollar terms, how much it fell, but by percentage points. And so from the top of the cup to the bottom of the cup, Solana fell 95%, and if you do the same math to the upside, a 95% pump gives you a little bit more realistic target of a $500 Solana. Now we've been pretty clear, I'm expecting 420 Solana with the potential upside target of that $500-600 range. So this spells out, a very realistic scenario where Solana does hit these targets. So let's go into the charts and let's re-measure this cup and handle pattern. Now I know my cup looks a little bit drunk, but we're gonna run it from, the top of the cup, about halfway from the 2 points. And looking at the measurement here, I'm actually seeing a little bit more, like 97%, a little bit more so than 95%. So if we shoot back to the regular chart and then we measure it from the top of the cup here, we measure a nice little 97% move. And we'll even measure it from the wick. Let's just get a little extra bullish here since we're trying to be a little bit more realistic. 97%, actually a lot closer to $600 rather than $500. So $420 to $600 Solana is doable in 2025. And folks, if you're not subscribed to the channel, you're missing out. You can see we just the previous night put out the Chainlink video here. We go to the crypto market cap. Let's hit refresh. We get those fresh data points. Look at that. Chainlink, the biggest pumper in the top 50 coins here. So you can see we're trying to give you these calls before they hit, before they pump. So if you like what we're doing here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. I'm DZ, and I'll see you and your Solana bags at 420, unless that's too high.